This is Moose, and Moose does not like our camera woman's boyfriend, and Moose has stopped letting him into the house. And so this is a new technique for me. This is something called behavior adjustment training. This will be the first time I actually have done it, but it's a great technique because it allows the dog to kind of make a decision for itself. So what we're going to do is, in a second, I'm going to have one of my assistants here is going to sprinkle a whole bunch of treat dust on the floor over here. I apologize, you have to clean it up a little bit later. I'm sure the dogs will. Now, what we're going to use that for is a distractor. And what we're going to do is we're going to give the dog the ability to kind of get into this, and then we're going to have, over here, we're going to have the boyfriend come into view, but he's going to be far enough away so the intensity is going to be lower, and the dog's going to be distracted by wanting to get all the treats here. When you spread it out, make sure it's kind of not a whole bunch, like, you know, that you have to go all around to get it. And then what I'm going to do is, it's going to be, actually when you do it, try to imagine there's a line that goes from here to here. Keep it in this triangle over here. So I'm going to try to have her see both angles. This will be an interesting layout to do it, but we'll see what we can do. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have you go ahead and start sprinkling stuff on the ground, just a whole bag, and just all over the place. There you go. Perfect. Now Charlie, you can see, is looking for this, and he's interested. That's what we want. And so basically what we're going to do is, once this is done, I'm going to have our camera person is going to come and she's going to squat down right here next to the couch. Not yet, but when we're ready, so she can see an angle of shooting the angle that way. And I'm going to have the boyfriend come out after Charlie gets into, Moose, right? Sorry, Charlie. Charlie's in the other room. But we're going to basically, and you can go ahead and grab a seat back over there. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the boyfriend come in the room, but stay far enough away so that he's not reactive, so that a Moose is not reactive to him. All right, so let's go ahead and have you transition there. And what's your boyfriend's name again? I apologize, I forgot.
Nolan.
Nolan, that's right. All right, so Nolan, when I say now, I want you to come in and I want you to stand about 2 feet in front of your Huskers hat and just kind of look, just kind of come be casual. Okay, now. So you're going to come in, stand right, right about a little bit, one more step forward. There you go. So now Charlie is more interested in this than he is in Nolan. I'm going to have you take a step here. Now, you don't want to use a too high a value a treat. I was hoping this would be a distractor. He's very into them. No, he's found the one meat treat I put in there. Charlie. Moose, sorry. Now, I would like to be actually orientated behind him. There you go. I'm going to have you come a little bit, one step closer. There you go. Right there. Moose. Moose. So he saw Charlie, but didn't react. Nolan, but didn't react to him. Now, what you want to do, I'm here, but I would ideally like to have be positioned behind, so that if he starts going towards Nolan, and not like he is now, but like with bad intent in mind, I'm going to call him back, but I'm not going to pull the leash. I'm going to ask him to come to me on his own. Moose. 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 Go ahead and grab a seat right there. Moose. And we let him go back to doing his own thing. So Moose is actually able to kind of make the decision on his own. I'm using a leash to keep him safe. Moose. And we want to just we want Moose to come back on his own, not because I'm pulling him on the leash. The leash prevents him from getting there. It's a tool to help us. But there we go. Yeah. So normally, have you been in this close to him ever? Or he was fine for a while and then he turned, correct?
Yeah, a couple times I've been.
There we go. Sitting down, looking right at him, no growling, no barking. Now you're doing a good job because you're holding still. If you start moving around or talking loud or you got up suddenly as you fall down, that might precipitate a response. So, all right, I'm going to have you, let me turn around. As soon as I turn around, Moose. go ahead and stand up. I'm going to have you just go ahead and walk towards your cap. Here, buddy. It's like now they're little pieces. I have to really work for it now. All right, go ahead and take a couple steps closer to us. And it'd be helpful if you turn one side or the other. There you go. So now we're creating a little bit of a positive association because he's getting all these treats when you're here, but he's not trying to attack you, he's not running at you or doing any of these other things. Come here, buddy. That's not good camera presence. You gotta have you over here. How are you gonna get a TV show if they can't see you on TV? So you can see he's not, he's backing away a little bit, but he's not trying to lunge forward. We don't want to let him pull or lunge that way. So anytime he starts going that way, we're going to try to use a treat or call him or whatever the case may be. So now we have a dog that before wouldn't let the person in the door. Come here, buddy. Whose body language is completely relaxed. Come. I guess I forgot to give you a reward for that. All right, I'm going to have you go ahead and grab a seat again. So it's a mild distraction to keep him from wanting to get to go after Nolan. Right, buddy? It's like, I have treats I gotta get. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice this a little bit. We're gonna cut this video here in a second, and we're gonna have the family members practice because it's not important that I can do it, it's important that they can do it. But this is how you can, this is a version of behavior adjustment training, and this is one of the tricks that you can use to help a dog have a different behavior when it is normally reactive to a specific human. You can also use this as a reaction to dogs. So now he's pulling on the leash a little bit. Let's do it real quick before we finish it. Moose. Come. All right, this is how we can use a little BAT.